Hey YouTube, we're back. We're here to talk about the ending of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Just to start off, this discussion is not to convince you that one ending is better than the other. It's just my perspective of how I saw both endings and why I like Mayel's over Verso's ending. Remember, I'm not trying to influence you, okay? So don't hate on me of what I think about it. It's my opinion, it's my perspective of how I saw it. And it's just, I just wanted to just have a good, healthy discussion regarding this ending. So I don't want this video to be too long. We did have a non-spoiler review, which was 24 minutes long. So I want this one to be a little bit shorter. Okay, let's start with Versos first. So Verso finally got that peaceful ending for himself, right? And even for the audience, we all got that sense of closure. He finally got out of that cycle, and he's living in peace. And then we also see at the end, I'm talking about the scenes right now, the family outside of the canvas. And then we see how Maelle, she's actually the last one in that scene. And then in front of her, we see a vision of Gustav, Verso, then all the other characters like Ciel, Lune, and even SK and Monoko, right? So we see them in the scene. There you go, we get the credits, roll credits, and the game ends there. I think majority of the audience would really prefer Verso's ending. But I myself prefer Mayel's because of two things, which is how the scene was made at the end, which I think was a masterpiece. And then just the perspective of Mayel, I think a lot of people, like, they don't understand where she's coming from. And also there are certain things that we don't know that we need to fill up the blanks, right? I think I'll talk about the scenes first. Okay, just trying to remember the scene itself. I actually don't have it in front of me right now. But it starts off with Lumiere, and then we go into the theater. And in the theater, we see all the characters we've encountered throughout the game. And we see characters who are alive again, just like Gustav and other people. So we see an older Mayel, and they finally sit down to watch a performance. And then we see a much older Verso. So in this scene, Verso was about to play on the piano, and then we cut to some close-up shots of Maelle and then Verso, and we see some. It becomes black and white, and then after a few moments of back and forth, we finally see that Maelle gets the paintress eyes, and that was a big indication of creating the world, that she created this world similar to her mom. She created that canvas, right? But at the same time we get that shot, we get a certain piano key. It gives us that negative vibe that this scene is actually wrong. So jumping back to Verso, we see him, it seems like he's contemplating on certain things, like why is he here, but he has to play the piano. Eventually, he does play, and then the music cues into the credits. And I think that was a work of art. That scene was done purely well. But then it is considered the bad ending, right? Or not the true ending, as they say it. But all right, so that's the scene, and I think that was a masterpiece. That's why I love that ending. Initially, that was the only reason why I loved it. But just looking back and playing the game again on New Game Plus and trying to understand where Mayel's coming from, because at this point you know a little bit more about the story, right? But also throughout the whole story, like after Gustav dies, we meet Verso, and Verso indicates to us that he always wanted to be a musician or a pianist. He didn't want to be a painter, he didn't want to paint anymore. And I think, just looking at the ending, let's just think of it as a way that Mayel gave him that, right? Mayel gave him that, but sure, like the whole canvas is still, a different reality. It's not real. But if you were to go back and try to understand Mayel, she just wants to be with her family, man. I mean, she had a hard life in the real life, and then she has this power to give herself a different reality. There's one thing a lot of people miss out and a lot of people forget. There's no more gomage. And I don't think Mayel would gomage any other character in her reality, because she's happy. She's made what she wanted. She's given other people their kind of life, and at the same time, like even if you look at Sayel, Mayel brought back her husband, and then we look at Gustav, he's back as well, and he's actually the very first character we loved, right? Like we were all after Act One, we were all like, "What happened, man?" I thought he was like the main character, and the game just takes that away from us. Even if it's just a made up world, I mean, there's still a story behind that world. But what I'm trying to say is, on both endings, every perspective is understandable and sympathetic. So either way, I just hope that a lot of people don't really give Mayel that bad of a light, because she also has her own struggles. And just thinking about it, why I really liked her ending was because it goes full circle. It goes full circle to what this whole game is about. And just like in my non-spoiler review, this game is so meta that it talks about canvas, painting. We talk about pictos, we talk about stains, we talk about recoat. Everything related to art, basically. Goes back full circle again to Maelle, that she's gonna be painting the whole entire world. So that's how I see it. It's just, I think the Verso ending, we've seen that peaceful ending in other movies and books. But with Maelle's ending, I think it's a masterpiece of how it was done. Curated in a way that it goes full circle, once again. And at least we know that these characters will live on to tell another tale. That's it for my quick one. I hope this does not go or exceed 10 minutes. But if in any case it does, I'm sorry about that. If you guys like this, just please leave a like and comment down below of what you think about the ending. I'm Premier Avenue, and I'll see you guys on the next video.